you've gone from refurbishing a small flat to doing a. This was a 3 to 4, 3 to 5 bed that you converted it to.
Two into a 4-bedroom ensuite.
No, it was classed as a 3 because the 1 bedroom was inside another bedroom. So it was,
yeah, but it was never a 3-bedroom.
Yeah. So what we did was we converted it into a 4-bed, but all en suites. We did a loft extension, and under duress, because I never wanted to do the back extension, but Dave pushed me into it.
It had to be done.
He said he felt it had to be done, even though I didn't want it, because I was going, we're not going to earn any value on this square space you're putting in, but it did add to everything in the end. So we had a few dramas along the way, because we had issues with an architect, we had issues afterwards, halfway through, with neighbours and all sorts of things, but we did get through it. How long did that take? It took about 8 months. So that took 7 to 8 months from start to finish.
There was a loft conversion put in it as well. So yeah, there was it was a complete and utter gut. We gutted the place. Everything was brand new. You couldn't do nothing else with it but do that. So, but no, it went well. It went well.
Great. So talk me through the numbers on this deal, because this is the one that's got quite sexy cash flows. Am I right?
No, this.
We haven't got to that one yet. Okay, so this is the step in between. Okay, we're going to get to that one. So talk us through the numbers on this particular deal.
Okay, so for this one, we bought it for 290. We spent about 140 doing it back from brick and doing everything we did. Again, we spent sort of about 20 on legals and stamp duty, etc. And when we refinanced it, it came out at 540. Was when we refinanced it, and then we rented it. We spoke to a provider, and they took over the whole property for 2,850 a month. And they pay all the bills, everything else, and all we do is pay the mortgage and the insurance on the property.
Great. So tell us what your so first of all, for people who don't know what a provider is, can you explain what a provider is? Because they're not your ordinary tenants that you've got in there. So if you just explain that, that's something that's kind of a bit of your speciality, right?
It's starting to be. So what happened was I went to a couple of property meets, and I got talking to different sort of investors and wanted to find out, and I spoke to like ex-colleagues about leaving care and all sorts of things, and they all just said you must be mad, and they said why don't you look at older groups, etc. So I managed to find a service provider who sort of they only cater for men, don't they, funny enough. And what they do is they provide a supported housing, so they provide support, whether it's an hour a week or 3 hours. So it could be people with learning disabilities or mental health issues or ex-prisoners or all different sort of reasons, or terminal ill or whatever. Or they've just fell down on their luck and they've got nowhere else. Or we've had a few that have split up with partners and they had nowhere else.
It's mostly that. They're low to medium risk mental health. But they're actually nice people.
So
absolutely,
they're lovely people in there.
So what happened was we got talking to the provider. They came in and looked. We'd actually spoke to some other people as well, but they came and looked.
They were the first ones to look, actually. So
before we'd even finished. So and they said they wanted to see what we'd done. And they were like, yeah, we'll sign up. Can you sign up for so long? And obviously it was my first one. So I said, no, we'll sign up. We'll do like a management lease. And we did it for 2 years initially. And the place, obviously, because it was a better standard than a lot of HMOs that anybody else I've seen like with supported housing in. But what supported housing does is they have support workers that go in there. They could be just signposting them on to services, or it could be that they spend so much time with them, I don't know, taking them shopping or what social skills sort of thing. So there's different levels, but the people that we have are very low risk people. You can have others that are at higher risk and stuff, but then there's a lot more things to do in your HMO. So that's it. And when we first did it, because of the ground floor extension, I put a couch in there. And I said to the provider, like putting a couch, they said, no, don't bother. Nobody ever mixes. And 6 months later, they rang me up and they said, Maura, we put a TV in there. They're all mixing. They're all getting on well. And now we're over 2.5 years later.
Yeah.
So 2.5 years later, we're being told now, well, you've gone in, and it's like we left it brand new. It's still the exact same way that we've left it. They all look after it. So we've provided them a nice home, and they're treating it like a nice home.
So we've been very lucky so far.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.